One leaked image. That's all it took to send the internet into complete chaos. Late last night, fans started noticing something strange buried inside a private production archive connected to Keanu Reeves. Within minutes, screenshots exploded across forums, fan pages, and entertainment communities. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. No trailer, no official announcement, no press tour. Just a hidden project title, a blurred production still, and a confidential crew listing that somehow slipped online before it was supposed to exist. And the craziest part is that multiple details connected perfectly with comments Keanu himself made during past interviews about wanting to build something different outside traditional Hollywood franchises. Fans instantly began connecting dots from old interviews, studio trademarks, and recent sightings that suddenly make way more sense now. Some people think this could become the biggest project of his entire career. Others believe the leak happened accidentally during a back-end media upload connected to a studio partner. But one thing is certain. The moment Keanu's name appeared beside that mysterious project file, the entire internet lost its mind. For hours after the leak appeared online, nobody knew whether it was real or another fake rumor designed to bait Keanu fans into spreading hype across social media. But then something happened that changed everything. Several users noticed the production codename attached to the leaked material matched an active trademark filing connected to a California entertainment company, reportedly working with high-level stunt coordinators and virtual production artists. Within minutes, archived copies of the filing started circulating everywhere, and suddenly people realized this was not some random Photoshop job created by internet trolls. The details were too specific. The formatting looked legitimate. Even longtime entertainment reporters started quietly following the story without fully confirming it yet. What made fans completely lose control, though, was the leaked production image itself. The photo was blurry, low quality, and partially corrupted, but viewers immediately recognized Keanu standing inside what looked like an abandoned subway station covered in dim red emergency lights. He appeared older, exhausted, and serious, holding what fans described as a strange metallic object that did not resemble a normal weapon from any existing franchise. Within seconds, theories exploded across online communities. Some believed this was secretly connected to the John Wick universe. Others thought Keanu was finally entering a cyberpunk-style thriller, inspired by classic sci-fi films he has openly admired in interviews over the years. One fan even pointed out similarities between the leaked environment and conceptual art from an unreleased comic adaptation that had been stuck in development for years. Suddenly, every old rumor surrounding Keanu Reeves came back to life at once. What made the situation even more intense was how fast clips from older interviews started resurfacing online. Fans began reposting moments where Keanu casually mentioned wanting to work on projects focused more on emotion, mystery, and human connection, rather than only large-scale action. During one interview with Esquire, he talked about searching for stories that feel honest and immersive. In another conversation during a Comic-Con appearance years ago, he hinted that he loved experimental storytelling involving technology and psychological tension. People immediately started linking those comments directly to the leaked images. Even though no official confirmation existed yet, fans were already convinced this was the secret project Keanu had quietly been developing behind the scenes for years. The theories became so massive that hashtags related to the leak started trending globally overnight. Then another shocking detail appeared. Someone discovered a deleted crew profile from a film production networking site listing work completed on an untitled Reeves project, involving advanced motion capture, practical stunt coordination, and large-scale LED stage environments. Screenshots spread everywhere before the page disappeared completely. Fans noticed several crew members attached to the listing previously worked on massive productions known for realistic action choreography and emotionally grounded storytelling. Suddenly, people were no longer asking if the leak was real. Now they were asking how much of it had already been hidden from the public for months. The reaction from fans became emotional for another reason, too. Keanu Reeves has built one of the most respected reputations in entertainment history, not because of fake controversy or attention-seeking drama, but because audiences genuinely admire the way he carries himself. Over the years, countless stories from coworkers, crew members, and even strangers have painted the same picture. Humble, respectful, hardworking, and deeply passionate about storytelling. That reputation made the leak feel different from normal Hollywood gossip. Fans were not reacting with negativity. They were reacting with excitement and curiosity because they trust Keanu's creative choices. One viral comment said, "If Keanu spent years secretly building something, then it's probably worth the wait." Another fan wrote, "He never chases trends, he creates moments." Comments like these spread rapidly across platforms as more people joined the discussion. As the internet continued digging deeper, another fascinating clue surfaced. Entertainment insiders noticed that several domain names connected to possible project titles had quietly been registered months earlier through privacy-protected services, often used by major studios before official announcements. One title in particular immediately caught attention because it matched themes Keanu has explored throughout his career: memory, identity, and survival. Fans began comparing possible references to films like The Matrix while also pointing out that Keanu has repeatedly said he does not want to simply repeat past successes. According to archived convention interviews, he once explained that he prefers projects which challenge both the audience and himself creatively. That quote alone became heavily shared after the leak, because people believed it perfectly explained why this mystery project looked so unusual. Then came the moment that truly pushed the story into another level of chaos. A small entertainment blog claimed that private test footage from the project had been screened months earlier for selected studio executives. According to the report, the footage featured practical action sequences mixed with emotional dialogue-driven scenes rather than non-stop explosions. The article carefully avoided making exaggerated claims, but one sentence spread everywhere online. The tone reportedly surprised viewers expecting another standard action franchise. Fans instantly became obsessed. Many argued this could finally be the project where Keanu combines the emotional depth of his dramatic performances with the intensity of his modern action roles. Others believed the mysterious project might actually launch an entirely new cinematic universe built around philosophical themes and grounded characters. Interestingly, none of this directly contradicted anything Keanu himself has said publicly in recent years. During promotional interviews for previous films, he repeatedly discussed his love for collaborative storytelling and long-term creative development. In one widely shared interview clip, he mentioned how meaningful it feels to work with teams that genuinely care about world-building and character psychology. After the leak, fans revisited that interview with completely new eyes. Suddenly, every vague comment sounded like a hidden clue pointing toward the secret project. The mystery deepened when industry watchers noticed unusual activity around certain production facilities in Los Angeles and Berlin, previously connected to large-scale virtual filming technology. Some fans tracked shipping records showing specialized camera equipment delivered under confidential project labels. Others analyzed public scheduling data from stunt professionals rumored to be involved. While nobody could fully verify every detail, the overall pattern created one overwhelming conclusion: something major had definitely been happening behind closed doors. Meanwhile, reaction videos began flooding YouTube within hours. Creators analyzed every visible frame from the leaked image, zooming into reflections, lighting patterns, and background objects searching for hidden clues. One creator noticed that part of the subway wall appeared to contain symbols resembling transit maps, mixed with handwritten notes. Another pointed out what looked like practical smoke effects instead of cheap CGI overlays, leading many fans to believe the production was prioritizing realism and atmosphere. Discussions became so detailed that entire communities started building timeline theories about when filming may have secretly started. Another major reason fans became emotionally invested was Keanu's long history with ambitious projects that initially seemed risky but later became iconic. People remembered how The Matrix once sounded impossible before changing cinema forever. They remembered John Wick beginning as a relatively modest action film before evolving into one of the most respected franchises in modern entertainment. Because of that history, fans believed the secret project could genuinely become something special rather than just another generic blockbuster. Then reports emerged that several music composers known for atmospheric electronic scores had recently followed each other online, alongside stunt coordinators connected to Keanu's past films. While this might sound small, fans treated every detail like evidence inside a giant mystery puzzle. Social media timelines became filled with side-by-side comparisons, archived interviews, trademark screenshots, and speculative casting discussions. Some fans even created mock posters imagining what the final project could look like, based entirely on the leaked aesthetic. Despite the massive online attention, official silence from studios only intensified the situation. No denial appeared, no clarification arrived, and most importantly, no legal takedown campaign aggressively removed every leaked image immediately, which many people interpreted as a sign that the material was authentic. Entertainment journalists began cautiously reporting that a confidential Keanu Reeves project may have surfaced online ahead of schedule, carefully avoiding exaggerated conclusions while still acknowledging the rapidly growing evidence. What really made longtime fans emotional, though, was the possibility that Keanu may have intentionally spent years crafting something deeply personal away from constant media pressure. Many remembered how he has often spoken about valuing privacy, creative integrity, and meaningful collaboration over celebrity culture. Unlike stars who constantly tease projects online, Keanu usually stays quiet until work is genuinely ready to be shared. That made this leak feel accidental rather than manufactured. Fans believed they had accidentally glimpsed something they were never supposed to see this early. At the same time, debates exploded over what genre the project actually belongs to. Some insisted it must be science fiction because of the visual style and production technology involved. Others argued the emotional interview references suggested something more psychological and dramatic. A growing number of fans even theorized the project could involve interactive storytelling elements or hybrid filmmaking techniques blending practical cinema with digital immersion. While many theories sounded wild, the lack of official information kept every possibility alive. Then another interesting discovery appeared. Archived podcast clips from stunt performers who previously worked with Keanu resurfaced online. In one conversation recorded months earlier, a coordinator casually mentioned preparing for one of the most physically demanding productions of his career, involving extensive rehearsal periods and highly realistic movement design. At the time, nobody paid attention. After the leak, fans immediately connected it to the mystery project. The clip spread rapidly across entertainment communities because it aligned perfectly with Keanu's known dedication to training and realism. Throughout all this chaos, one thing remained consistent: admiration for Keanu himself. Even skeptical viewers admitted the internet's reaction showed how respected he truly is across generations. Younger fans know him from John Wick and gaming appearances. Older audiences remember decades of memorable performances across multiple genres. That cross-generational respect created a rare situation where nearly everyone reacted with excitement instead of negativity. Another fascinating detail came from convention attendees who recalled Keanu appearing unusually thoughtful during recent public appearances when asked about future plans. In one panel discussion, he smiled and said there were some things in development that he hoped audiences would eventually experience together. After the leak, that quote became legendary among fans. People replayed the clip repeatedly, convinced he had subtly referenced the project without revealing anything directly. As online discussion intensified, professional film analysts started weighing in too. Some pointed out that the entertainment industry has increasingly shifted toward secretive development cycles designed to prevent spoilers and control marketing strategies. Others noted that high-profile actors occasionally use code names and private production structures to avoid early leaks during experimental projects. According to several analysts, the evidence surrounding Keanu's mystery project fit those patterns surprisingly well. Then came perhaps the most emotional reaction of all. Longtime fans began sharing personal stories about how Keanu's films impacted their lives over the years. Comment sections filled with memories of watching Speed, The Matrix, Constantine, John Wick, and many other projects during important moments in people's lives. Suddenly, the leak became bigger than simple entertainment news. It became a celebration of Keanu's career and the trust audiences place in his creative instincts. Still, nobody could answer the biggest question. What exactly is the secret project? Even after thousands of theories, leaked screenshots, and insider whispers, the truth remained hidden behind layers of mystery. And maybe that uncertainty is exactly why the internet became so obsessed. In an era where almost everything gets spoiled months before release, the idea that Keanu Reeves successfully kept something massive hidden until now feels almost impossible. Yet somehow, against all odds, it appears he did exactly that. And as more evidence continued appearing online hour after hour, one reality became impossible to ignore. This was no longer just a rumor floating through fan communities. This had become one of the most talked about entertainment mysteries on the internet. Whether the project turns out to be a groundbreaking new franchise, a deeply personal standalone film, or something nobody expects at all, fans already know one thing for certain. If Keanu Reeves truly spent years building this in silence, then the world is probably about to witness something unforgettable. By the following morning, the situation had grown even larger than anyone expected. Major entertainment pages that normally avoid unverified rumors started cautiously discussing the leak because the amount of connected evidence was becoming impossible to ignore. Fan forums were overloaded with traffic, reaction channels were posting hourly updates, and even people who rarely follow entertainment news suddenly wanted to know what Keanu Reeves had been secretly working on all this time. What made everything feel even more surreal was how organized the leak appeared. This did not look like random blurry paparazzi photos snapped from far away. The files seemed connected to internal production systems, which immediately raised questions about whether someone accidentally uploaded protected material to a public-facing server. Several cybersecurity-focused users claimed the metadata attached to one circulating image suggested it originated from a pre-visualization review folder rather than a marketing department. While nobody could independently confirm those claims completely, the technical details sounded believable enough to keep the mystery alive. Meanwhile, fans continued discovering older interviews and comments that suddenly carried completely different meaning after the leak surfaced. During a past appearance promoting another project, Keanu once mentioned how exciting it feels when audiences experience something unexpected that still feels human. At the time, the quote barely attracted attention. Now fans were reposting it everywhere, convinced it described the exact creative direction of the leaked project. Others revisited his interviews about storytelling and noticed how often he talked about emotional stakes rather than spectacle alone. According to fans, that approach explains why his projects tend to connect with audiences long after release instead of fading quickly like many modern blockbusters. As speculation intensified, people began analyzing the possible financial scale behind the production. Some entertainment analysts pointed out that the technology rumored to be involved, advanced LED stages, motion capture integration, and large-scale practical stunt environments, would require serious investment and careful planning. That instantly ruled out the idea of a small experimental indie film. At the same time, the emotional and philosophical themes fans were discussing did not sound like a simple franchise cash grab either. This contradiction only made the mystery more fascinating. Somehow the project appeared both massive and deeply personal at the same time. Then another strange detail emerged. Fans discovered that a small visual effects company recently updated its website portfolio with a hidden placeholder page referencing an unnamed future narrative experience involving immersive urban environments and character-driven storytelling. Internet users quickly archived screenshots before the page disappeared entirely. Although Keanu's name was never directly mentioned, several artists connected to the company had previously worked on productions associated with him. Suddenly, people started wondering if the project might include more than traditional filmmaking. Theories about interactive experiences, streaming expansions, or hybrid cinematic formats exploded overnight. Some fans even speculated that Keanu could be quietly helping develop a completely new entertainment model blending film, gaming and live-action performance together. While those ideas sounded ambitious, many pointed out that Keanu has openly supported innovative storytelling technology before, especially after his involvement with Cyberpunk 2077 and his continued interest in digital performance art. Still, the strongest reactions came from fans simply excited to see Keanu pushing creative boundaries again. One viral post read, "The reason people trust Keanu is because he never treats audiences like they're stupid." Another fan wrote, "He doesn't choose projects just because they're safe." Those comments reflected a larger truth spreading across social media. Audiences genuinely believe Keanu cares about the stories he tells. In an industry often criticized for empty hype campaigns, that trust matters. And the longer studios stayed silent, the more powerful that trust became. Entertainment journalists eventually started contacting representatives connected to rumored production partners, but responses remained vague. Some companies declined comment entirely. Others claimed they could not discuss confidential development matters. Interestingly, none of them directly denied the existence of the project. That silence fueled even more speculation. Fans interpreted the lack of denial as indirect confirmation that something real was happening behind the scenes. Then another clue appeared that completely shocked longtime movie fans. Archived casting databases briefly showed references to supporting roles tied to a mysterious production code name before being locked from public view. Users who managed to capture screenshots noticed descriptions involving morally conflicted characters, isolated environments, and emotionally intense dialogue scenes. Suddenly, theories shifted again. Maybe this was not primarily an action project after all. Maybe the action elements existed to support a deeper psychological narrative. Many fans compared the rumored tone to classic science fiction thrillers that prioritize atmosphere, philosophy, and character tension rather than non-stop explosions. What made those theories believable was Keanu's history with exactly those types of stories. Throughout his career, he has repeatedly chosen projects exploring identity, memory, morality, and survival. Fans argued that this mysterious project sounded perfectly aligned with the themes that have followed him for decades. Another major discussion centered around how the leak itself happened. Some believed it was purely accidental, possibly caused by a cloud synchronization mistake or internal archival error. Others suspected the studio may have intentionally allowed limited material to surface in order to test public reaction before launching a full marketing campaign. However, many experienced entertainment reporters pushed back against that theory. According to them, controlled leaks usually include clearer branding, teaser messaging, or promotional timing. This situation looked messy, fragmented, and genuinely unintended. If true, that means audiences may have accidentally witnessed one of Hollywood's most carefully protected projects far earlier than planned. Then social media exploded again after fans uncovered public permit records connected to unusual overnight filming activity in multiple locations months earlier. Witnesses who originally dismissed the productions as generic commercial shoots suddenly realized they may have unknowingly seen parts of Keanu's secret project in development. One person claimed they spotted highly choreographed stunt rehearsals involving practical vehicle sequences and heavy rain effects. Another described seeing large mobile lighting systems surrounding abandoned transit tunnels during nighttime filming. Although none of these stories could be verified completely, the details match the visual atmosphere from the leaked image surprisingly well. The deeper fans investigated, the more interconnected everything seemed. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the entire story was how carefully Keanu appeared to avoid attention while the project developed. In today's entertainment world, secrecy at this scale feels almost impossible. Actors constantly appear in paparazzi photos, crew members post behind-the-scenes content, and production information leaks months in advance. Yet somehow this project remained almost completely hidden until now. Many fans believe that secrecy reflects Keanu's personality itself. He has never seemed obsessed with constant publicity or online attention. Coworkers have repeatedly described him as intensely focused during productions, respectful toward crews, and more interested in the work itself than celebrity culture. Because of that reputation, audiences find it easier to believe he could quietly spend years building something ambitious without chasing headlines every week. Then came another unexpected twist. A respected film journalist revealed during a podcast discussion that they had heard whispers about a career-defining Reeves project nearly a year earlier but avoided reporting it due to lack of confirmation. According to the journalist, sources described the production as unusually ambitious both technically and emotionally. That comment spread instantly online because it aligned perfectly with everything fans already suspected. Suddenly, the leak no longer looked like random internet chaos. It looked like the accidental exposure of a project insiders had quietly known about for months. Fans also became emotional discussing what this moment means for Keanu's legacy overall. After decades in entertainment, most actors eventually settle into predictable career patterns. But Keanu continues surprising audiences by moving between genres, technologies, and storytelling styles while still remaining authentic. That consistency explains why so many people feel personally invested in his work. He represents something increasingly rare in modern celebrity culture: sincerity. Even during massive franchise success, he still comes across as someone genuinely grateful for the opportunity to create. That authenticity has become one of the biggest reasons fans reacted so passionately to the leak. Meanwhile, internet detectives kept uncovering strange coincidences connected to the rumored project timeline. Some noticed that Keanu dramatically reduced certain public appearances during periods when filming may have occurred. Others found interviews where collaborators hinted at intense preparation schedules, without revealing details. One stunt trainer previously mentioned working with performers on advanced movement coordination, requiring months of rehearsal. After the leak, fans immediately linked that statement to the mystery production. All these scattered details slowly formed a larger picture that felt increasingly believable. Another fascinating topic involved the possible visual style of the project. Based on the leaked image and rumored production methods, fans predicted a grounded, atmospheric aesthetic rather than exaggerated CGI overload. Many pointed out that Keanu's most beloved projects often combine realism with larger philosophical themes. John Wick feels tactile because of its practical stunt work. The Matrix became iconic, partly because its visual effects served deeper storytelling ideas instead of existing only for spectacle. Fans now believe the secret project may follow a similar philosophy. Immersive environments, emotional stakes, and meaningful world-building supported by innovative technology rather than overwhelmed by it. As discussions continued spreading globally, some people worried. Expectations were becoming impossibly high. After all, internet hype can sometimes transform ordinary projects into unrealistic fantasies before official information even appears. But many fans pushed back against that concern. According to them, the excitement is not based purely on rumors. It is based on decades of trust in Keanu's creative judgment. Audiences are excited because his career history suggests he rarely commits fully to projects he does not genuinely believe in. Then came perhaps the strongest indication yet that something official may be approaching soon. Several entertainment tracking accounts noticed unusual back-end updates connected to studio distribution systems and promotional scheduling databases. While the exact meaning remained unclear, analysts suggested the activity resembled early preparation for announcement campaigns. If true, that could mean studios are now scrambling to respond after the unexpected leak accelerated public attention, far earlier than intended. Fans immediately started predicting teaser trailers, official posters, or surprise convention appearances within weeks. Still, despite all the theories and evidence, the most powerful part of the entire situation remained surprisingly simple. People were excited because Keanu Reeves still inspires curiosity. After decades in Hollywood, audiences still believe he is capable of surprising them. That kind of cultural trust cannot be manufactured through marketing alone. It comes from years of consistent performances, respectful behavior, and genuine passion for storytelling. In many ways, the leak revealed something bigger than a secret project. It revealed how deeply audiences still care about authentic creativity in modern entertainment. And maybe that explains why the internet reacted with such overwhelming energy. People are hungry for stories that feel meaningful again. They want projects built with care instead of empty noise. And whether this mysterious production turns out to be a sci-fi thriller, an emotional drama, an experimental hybrid experience, or something nobody has predicted yet, fans already believe Keanu is approaching it with sincerity. By now, online discussions have moved far beyond simple rumor territory. Communities are analyzing every available clue like investigators solving a massive cinematic mystery. Artists are creating fan concepts. Editors are cutting together tribute videos. Longtime viewers are revisiting Keanu's filmography, searching for thematic connections. And through all the chaos, one question continues echoing everywhere across the internet. What exactly has Keanu Reeves been secretly building all this time? Because whatever the answer turns out to be, one thing already feels undeniable. This leak changed the conversation completely. The world is watching now. As the story kept spreading across the internet, something unusual started happening that even longtime entertainment analysts did not expect. Instead of the leak fading after a single news cycle like most online rumors, interest actually became stronger every hour. People were not treating this like disposable gossip anymore. They were treating it like the discovery of a hidden chapter inside Keanu Reeves' career. Fan communities began organizing entire discussion threads dedicated to reconstructing the timeline of the project from publicly available clues. Some tracked studio filings. Others analyzed travel schedules, production permits, and convention appearances. What shocked many observers was how coordinated and intelligent the discussions became. This was not random chaos. People genuinely wanted to understand what kind of story Keanu might be preparing to share with the world. Then another detail surfaced that made the mystery even deeper. Several archived interviews from directors and stunt coordinators who previously worked with Keanu began circulating again because fans noticed a repeating pattern in how they described him. Again and again, collaborators used words like committed, curious, immersive, and emotionally invested. One director even mentioned years ago that Keanu approaches storytelling almost like an architect, carefully thinking about how every emotional moment connects to the larger experience. After the leak, those old comments suddenly felt incredibly important. Fans started believing the secret project was not just another acting role, but possibly something Keanu helped shape creatively from the ground up. That theory gained even more attention after online users uncovered older business reports showing Keanu connected to several quiet production partnerships over recent years. While the documents revealed nothing specific about the leaked project itself, they suggested he had been steadily expanding his involvement behind the scenes beyond traditional acting roles. Suddenly, people began wondering if this mystery production represented the culmination of years of creative planning, hidden completely out of public view. At the same time, social media platforms were flooded with emotional reactions from fans describing why Keanu's projects resonate so strongly with audiences. Many pointed out that his characters often carry emotional loneliness, resilience, and humanity beneath the action and spectacle. Others discussed how Keanu himself seems to value sincerity in both his performances and public life. Because of that reputation, fans were not simply excited about another movie. They were excited about the possibility of experiencing something meaningful, created by someone they deeply respect. One viral comment perfectly captured the mood online. People are not obsessed with this because it leaked. People are obsessed because it's Keanu. That sentence spread everywhere because it summarized the emotional core behind the entire phenomenon. Meanwhile, entertainment insiders continued speaking carefully about the situation without directly confirming details. During one industry podcast, a producer vaguely referenced a major project generating intense private interest internally, and hinted that audiences would be surprised by its scale once officially announced. Although no names were mentioned, listeners immediately connected the timing to the ongoing leak discussions. Fans clipped the audio and shared it across platforms within minutes. Another journalist reported hearing that several distributors had already competed aggressively for international rights connected to an unnamed, futuristic thriller featuring one of the industry's most recognizable stars. Again, nobody explicitly confirmed Keanu's involvement, but online communities saw the pieces fitting together more clearly than ever before. What made everything even more fascinating was the complete absence of negative reactions surrounding the leak. Usually when confidential projects surface online early, discussions become divided between skeptics and supporters. This time felt different. Even cautious observers admitted there was something genuinely exciting about the possibility of Keanu quietly developing a mysterious project away from constant media attention. Fans respected the secrecy rather than attacking it. In fact, many people specifically praised the idea that Keanu avoided overhyping the production through endless teaser campaigns and social media tricks. One comment that gained huge attention said, "This is what real anticipation feels like when someone lets the work speak first." Another wrote, "The mystery makes it exciting because it feels authentic." That authenticity became one of the defining themes surrounding the entire situation. Then came another major clue that sent fan theories into overdrive. Internet users discovered a recently updated professional resume from a sound designer who previously worked on atmospheric sci-fi productions. Buried deep within the credits section was a reference to an untitled urban future project involving experimental environmental audio systems and immersive city soundscapes. Within hours, fans connected the resume to rumored filming locations associated with the leak. Suddenly, people began imagining what the final experience might actually feel like. Would audiences hear distant subway echoes, fragmented broadcasts, and layered city ambience surrounding emotionally intense scenes? Would the project focus heavily on atmosphere and tension instead of nonstop action? Discussions became incredibly detailed because fans sensed the production might prioritize emotional immersion in ways modern blockbusters often ignore. Another fascinating aspect involved how younger audiences were discovering Keanu's older work for the first time because of the leak. Streaming searches related to his past films reportedly surged as people revisited The Matrix. John Wick, A Scanner Darkly, Constantine, and other projects connected to themes fans believed might influence the mystery production. Suddenly, social media timelines filled with appreciation posts celebrating Keanu's range across different genres and decades. Some fans argued that this leak unintentionally reminded the world how unique his career path truly is. Unlike actors who remain trapped inside one image forever, Keanu has consistently moved between philosophical science fiction, emotional dramas, stylized action, romance, and experimental storytelling without losing audience trust. That versatility became central to why fans believed the secret project could genuinely become something special. Meanwhile, people continued debating what form the final release might take. Some insisted it had to be a feature film because of the scale and cinematic language surrounding the leak. Others believed the involvement of advanced technology and immersive design hinted at something larger than a traditional movie. Theories about episodic storytelling, interactive components, or connected digital experiences continued growing rapidly. Although nobody could confirm anything, fans repeatedly referenced Keanu's known interest in innovative entertainment formats as evidence that unconventional ideas remained possible. Then another strange discovery appeared online. Users found archived references to closed-door presentations held months earlier for selected industry executives involving next-generation narrative production methods. While the presentations never mentioned Keanu publicly, several technical consultants connected to those events were later linked by fans to companies rumored to be involved in the mystery project. Suddenly, speculation exploded again. Was Keanu helping pioneer a new style of cinematic storytelling entirely? Could this explain the years of secrecy and complex production infrastructure surrounding the leak? While many theories remained impossible to verify, the sheer scale of public curiosity kept growing stronger. Perhaps the most emotional reactions came from longtime fans who remembered periods earlier in Keanu's career when critics underestimated him before iconic projects changed public perception completely. Many referenced how The Matrix originally sounded bizarre before revolutionizing action cinema and philosophical science fiction. Others remembered how John Wick surprised the industry by transforming a simple revenge story into a globally respected franchise built around elegant choreography and emotional storytelling. Because of those experiences, fans argued that dismissing the secret project before seeing official footage would be a mistake. According to them, Keanu has repeatedly proven capable of turning unusual concepts into unforgettable cultural moments. Another reason the leak captured so much attention involved timing. Audiences have increasingly complained about formulaic storytelling and predictable franchise strategies dominating entertainment. The idea that a respected actor might secretly spend years crafting something mysterious and ambitious felt refreshing to many viewers exhausted by repetitive marketing cycles. People wanted to believe this project represented creativity driven by passion rather than algorithms. And because Keanu himself maintains such a grounded public image, audiences found that hope easier to embrace. Then, entertainment reporters noticed another interesting development. Several high-profile industry accounts began quietly following newly created production-related social media profiles connected to companies rumored to be involved with the leak. Within hours, fans started monitoring every tiny activity across those accounts, searching for hidden clues in follows, likes, and timing patterns. While most of the evidence remained circumstantial, the overall atmosphere surrounding the project became impossible to ignore. Even people outside entertainment circles started hearing about the mystery because discussions spread beyond movie communities into mainstream social media culture. Another major talking point centered around the emotional tone fans expected from the project. Despite the rumors involving futuristic settings and large-scale production technology, audiences consistently emphasized their hope for deeply human storytelling. Interestingly, that expectation comes directly from Keanu's own career history. Even in visually spectacular films, his most memorable performances often revolve around grief, hope, morality, loneliness, sacrifice, and emotional endurance. Fans now believe the secret project may continue exploring those themes on an even larger scale. One discussion thread that gained massive attention described the rumored production as the kind of science fiction that remembers people have souls. Comments like that revealed what audiences truly wanted. Not empty spectacle, but emotional meaning wrapped inside ambitious storytelling. As the leak continued dominating online conversations, more professionals from within the entertainment industry began carefully acknowledging the excitement surrounding it. Some praised the public's passion for original mystery in an era dominated by endless spoilers. Others noted how rare it is for audiences to rally around curiosity instead of controversy. Remarkably, the conversation surrounding Keanu remained overwhelmingly positive throughout the entire situation. That positivity itself became part of the story. In many ways, the internet's reaction reflected how much goodwill Keanu has built over decades through both his work and personal reputation. Then came another moment that fans considered extremely important. During a recent public appearance unrelated to the leak, Keanu was briefly asked about future projects. Rather than denying rumors or avoiding the topic aggressively, he smiled politely and responded that he was always grateful people are excited about storytelling. The answer sounded simple, but fans immediately interpreted it as subtle acknowledgement without revealing confidential details. Clips of the moment spread across platforms within minutes. People analyzed his expression, tone, and wording endlessly. Whether intentional or not, the response only intensified anticipation further. Now, audiences were more convinced than ever that something major was approaching. Behind all the theories, screenshots, interviews, and speculation, however, one emotional truth continued driving the entire phenomenon. People genuinely want Keanu Reeves to succeed. They are not waiting for failure, scandal, or controversy. They are waiting for wonder. That distinction matters because it explains why this leak became such a rare internet event. Instead of outrage culture dominating the conversation, audiences united around curiosity, respect, and excitement. Fans were not demanding attention from Keanu. They were appreciating the possibility that he might still have something extraordinary left to reveal after all these years. And as each new clue continued surfacing online, that feeling only became stronger. Because deep down, many viewers believe this mystery project represents more than another entertainment release. They believe it might become one of those rare cultural moments where creativity, emotion, technology, and storytelling collide in a way audiences remember for years. Whether those expectations eventually prove correct remains unknown. But one thing already feels undeniable. The accidental leak transformed a hidden production into one of the most fascinating entertainment mysteries the internet has seen in a very long time. And until official answers finally arrive, fans around the world will keep searching every clue, replaying every interview, and asking the same question over and over again. What exactly has Keanu Reeves been secretly creating behind closed doors all this time? If this project turns out to be exactly what fans think it is, then we might be witnessing the beginning of another legendary Keanu Reeves era right in front of our eyes. From hidden clues to leaked production files, every new detail only makes the mystery even bigger. But now, I want to hear your theory. What do you think Keanu's secret project really is? A new sci-fi universe? A psychological thriller? Or something nobody is expecting at all? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the craziest part is we still probably haven't seen the biggest reveal yet. And if more real updates leak online, you already know we'll cover every single detail here. So make sure you stay close, because this story is only getting started.